everybody. This is a little sample of what we call like corporate and retail center of innovation. High level, we would like to invest in 100 startups. We already have about 15 of them that we have investments in, but we want to reach 100. And on the other side, we would like to have 100 of the biggest retailers in the world and brands to benefit from this innovation.
My name is Candace. I manage the corporate relationships here at Plug and Play, and I'm really excited to be launching this retail center of innovation with Saeed and of course our team. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce our moderator for the panel today. His name is Steve Katz. He was actually recommended by one of the startups that you'll see presenting today. He's got a really extensive background in retail. He's an advisor with more startups than I can count. He's held very prestigious roles at places like Sony Pictures, Apple, SRI, etc. Currently, he's the CEO of a company called Shoptouch, which is a personalized shopping recommendation engine. He will be the one kind of stimulating the conversation between the startups and the judges today. So each of the startups will pitch for about 10 minutes, and then there will be about 10 minutes of Q&A.
Thanks everyone for joining us. I think this is going to be a real exciting afternoon. I think there's kind of two guiding principles that we can start out thinking about. One is we have a number of companies here that are from very large brands that are very well known, and many of you probably would love to have a connection with these companies and be doing business with them. So part of what I hope is going to happen this afternoon is to get a little bit of insight on what it would take to do business with larger companies, with corporations, what the roadmap for success would be, given the sort of time frame and resources and prioritization that an early stage company has versus all the strategic and process roadblocks that might occur within the larger entities. And we'll sort of be talking a little bit about that throughout the afternoon. The other part I'd like to remind everyone that is retail is going through a transformative time right now. There's an enormous amount of innovation going on. It's connected into and touching retail, but it's a very instructive category to look at when there's a leap from one sort of legacy way of doing business to an entirely new way of being able to connect with customers. And I think we should explore that as well, and how these companies are really fitting into that disruption and that integration. So I'd like to, given that we have a short time period this afternoon, why don't we just get started with, I suppose, our first startup.
We have a very clear business model. We don't believe in just getting users and then figure out monetization. Monetization is very clear. We work with the brands. Brands are already spending billions of dollars. We provide more value to the brands for the same money, right? So we make money on every transaction, and it's pretty driven to performance based, so that only when the consumer buys the product, most of the brands are per transaction based.
How do consumers or shoppers know about this app? Are you creating awareness outside of the store so they know about it?
Yeah, so we have a two-level strategy. We are building our own app, but I'm not delusional that Envizio can build a big brand. So we are working with retailers as well as brands. So we have built an SDK which can be piped into the brand application or the retailer application. For Webmo, they have 5 million customers. They are going to actually do in-store marketing and push, So that's how we're getting started with the
And for Webmo, you're doing it through a retailer app versus a branded app?
It will be a co-branded app between Webmo and Envizio, but Webmo will push it to the 5 million customers.
So I think a question for some of the panelists here. This is an example of a company that's attacking a problem that's an existing sort of analog approach, if you will, to a business problem and applying a new sort of digital solution to it. And you could argue that this sort of problem has existed for a long time. There's been a lot of momentum, perhaps keeping that existing couponing system in place. There are other examples of that in the retail world. Do you think that there's a timing issue? Is the timing right? Is the Is mobile, is consumer acceptance of mobile, is technology change enough to embrace a solution like this? I mean, POS and integrations have long been looked at as a challenge. What's the view of some here about a solution that clearly is offering a lot of benefits to the ecosystem, but is attacking something that is an entrenched mechanism that's gone on for a while? Any thoughts about that?
Actually, I was going to.
Quick question. You mentioned how the ease of implementation at the POS piece, but I noticed that the platform probably has a lot of integration to the various products and the artistic pieces that come along with it. How long does it take to set up between the marketing department that might be at Venmo or whatever to integrate that into your platform to be able to take that feed and be able to distribute? What's the setup time?
Yeah, definitely. We have not only paid attention from the consumer ease of use, we have paid attention from the retailer ease of use, ease of and the implementation. Right? Also on the brand side, right? So basically, this is what we have built is a self-service portal. The brand manager can sit there and run 10,000 offers, put graphics. It takes less than a day to do all of that, right? It's not like multiple weeks or anything like that, right? Basically, I want to run 10,000 offers on Budweiser in the base, and you can put the, the geolocation, you can put the graphics, the UPC codes, you're up and running. Not only that, every day morning you can come and see how many redemptions were made. My vision is really to have a Bloomberg type of terminal for the brand managers. They can come and see every day.
Well, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
So our next startup is Dropifi. So, and just to, I didn't address this initially. The reason why we're having this session is because right now we have maybe 10 or 15 or so companies in here that are going through our Kingdom Consolidation program, and this is the first week where we do an educational seminar. And in this particular session, we're teaching the startups how to pitch in front of a corporation. I don't know if you noticed our calendar downstairs, but on any given day, we have anywhere from 1 to 5 what we call deal review sessions. These are 2-hour sessions where 4 startups will each give a 30-minute pitch. We wanted to do kind of a miniature version of that with 3 startups pitching to a large group of corporations, and we're really fortunate because these startups were willing to pitch in this sort of open format. So I really want to encourage again, open dialogue for any other thoughts in the audience, but also for our corporate judges to kind of have that mindset and kind of I love the feedback that you gave and you as well. With the startup in terms of, realistically, we've tried this doesn't quite work, have you thought of that? That's what we're going for in this session.
All right, thank you.
Dropifi.
All right, so whilst it gets ready to load, my name is David Osei, CEO and co-founder of Dropifi. So essentially, we just joined 500 startups. We're in the current batch, all the way from Ghana, and we're also proud to be part of BNP, the family right here. So. Yeah, so just like I was saying, we are putting intelligent human touch back into online customer service. We've seen a plethora of online customer service tools from Zendesk to Dex to a whole lot of them, but one thing that these apps or these websites, applications lack is the intelligent human touch.
What are some of the pain points that existing customers have mentioned about, say, I'm going to pick an example, Zendesk. What do they not like about Zendesk that you guys are trusting? Is it pricing, or is it ease of use, or additional analytics that you have built into?
So the 3 things we've seen has to do, the first is the simplicity. So it takes like 2 minutes, 3 minutes to set it up, and it is very, very intuitive throughout the process. The second is the customer discovery side of it. So getting to know your customers better, having a chance of using that data for marketing. So we can now do a very segmented marketing. That is the second. And the third is the analytics that we provide businesses. So our analytics is more operational than what Zendesk does. I mean, like Zendesk gives you an overview of how your application is performing and the health, but we give you analytics, nursery, for market data in order to do marketing or better customer service. That is one of the three things that we see ourselves.
I think in the first presentation and yours, one of the things that we always look for is measurement and results. We'll have specific KPIs that we're trying to resolve. So anything around analytics and how we're going to prove that our platform is going to provide value to us based on our needs. And then ROI. So we're very hesitant to spend money, especially in today's world, without some sort of proven ROI or where we're going long term with an ROI. So potential ROI as it relates to us as well. I think those are two key components that we're always looking for and asking questions about.
I would say the three things that really create friction among just piloting something like this is always integration issues, how to scale with our user base, and then privacy and security concerns regarding all that data. That's where where is it being stored? For Target, they always prefer things on premise. So having some type of easy integration installation package that we can deploy. And I think, like you said, trying to find the right people within in a large company. It's something that our office struggles with navigating the entire organization. So trying to make that pitch to the right person at the right time is always the key to getting something rolling right away.
One thing that I would like to ask you, sorry, interrupting you.
We're just going to follow up to that is what you're looking for is you want to create evangelists in big corporations and give them tools to evangelize more internally. That's basically what you're looking for. Because one person that you can sell and he says, yes, I like your product, then his responsibility is to go and tell the 10 peers that he has inside his organization and say that, look guys, there's a lot of potential in making this happen. So just make sure that you have enough tools for that person to be successful. If you don't give him those tools, then he's not going to be successful and he'll say that, no, there's no way I can resell this inside my own organization.
And presumably that person is going to be a little bit of a risk taker.
Yes.
Because they're betting on an early stage company, so they have to really believe that this is going to be a big win for the organization and a win for them.
Yes, sir.
Any other questions for a moment? Great.
All right.
Well, thank you.
Thank you very much.